All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So everybody was talking about Kevin Levrone in 2016 and towards the beginning of 2017 where he announced he was going to be competing in a pro show with the goal of winning one pro show in 2017. Now, 2017 is rapidly coming to an end, and he still has not competed in a pro show. So the question in this video is, can he still win a pro show in 2017? What pro shows are left to even compete in 2017? And is he even going to do one of these shows? So obviously last year, Kevin Levrone was extended a special invitation to compete in the Mr. Olympia. I think this year he's going to have to earn the right to compete at the Mr. Olympia, and he's not going to be offered another special invitation because he did place last. So in my opinion, I don't think he would be competing at this year's Olympia. There is one show in between the Olympia and now, and that is the Titan Medical IFBB Hurricane Pro Classic Men's Over 40. Now, I don't know if you can actually qualify for the Olympia by winning a Masters show, but there is this show on September 2nd, just 2 weeks before the Olympia. So if he did intend to do the Olympia, I suppose it is a possibility he could win that show and qualify, but I'm not entirely sure if a Masters show win qualifies you for the Mr. Olympia. So since his goal is to win a pro show, I would assume he's not going to do the IFBB Arnold Classic Europe, which is a week after the Mr. Olympia. And typically this is the show that all of the competitors from the Mr. Olympia will go on to compete in, pretty much minus the winner. So that's going to be a very competitive lineup, and it would be very hard for Kevin Levrone to win in that lineup. So in my opinion, he would probably not be doing the Arnold Classic Europe. And then 2 weeks following the Olympia, of course, you have the IFBB EVLS Prague Pro, and that is September 30th. And again, a lot of the guys that competed in the Olympia are going to also compete in the Prague Pro, making it a very deep and very competitive lineup and making Kevin Levrone's chances of winning that show probably not very likely. So again, as we're going through this list, keep in mind that that is his goal for 2017. It wasn't to do the Olympia. It wasn't to beat Olympians. It was simply to win a pro show. So that brings me to the final three shows of 2017. So you have the IFBB Masters Baltimore Pro. So we know for a fact that Kevin is guest posing at that show, so he's not going to be doing that. Then the final two shows that you have are the Ferrigno Legacy, which is November 18th, then the San Marino Pro, which is November 20th. So my best bet would be that he's going to do one of these two shows and attempt to win them. So in my opinion, I think his best move would be to do the Ferrigno Legacy, which is kind of a show that Lou Ferrigno started trying to be on par with Arnold in the Arnold Classic and kind of continue on his name. So I think this would be a decent show for Kevin Levrone to do because overall, it's not that competitive of a show. By the time late November rolls around, really most of the guys that did the Olympia are going to be starting their off season, and they're already beginning their prep for the next year's Olympia. So the Ferrigno Legacy is a relatively new competition, and so far it hasn't really been that competitive in terms of anybody crazy winning it. I think the San Marino Pro is relatively less competitive as well. So in my opinion, he would be doing one of those two shows, if not both of those shows, in an attempt to win one IFBB Pro show before the end of 2017. So people ask me, do I think it's possible for Kevin Levrone to win a pro show? I think absolutely anything is possible. We have not seen his legs, but he has given us the impression that he's been training his legs this entire time since the past Mr. Olympia. So hopefully he has brought his legs up. If he has, I believe he can absolutely win a pro show. Could he win a master show? Absolutely. I don't think there would be any shame at all in Kevin Levrone competing in a bunch of Masters shows and winning those, because I think absolutely he could destroy some Masters competition. I think that would be a good move for him, honestly. He's already made his comeback, and that was the big hang-up that people had about him making his comeback, is that they wanted to remember him as the Kevin Levrone from the late 90s, early 2000s. But now we already have that image of Kevin in our head of competing in the Olympia last year. So if he wants to continue competing, I think there'd be no problem with him doing Masters shows. But he wants to prove that he can hang with the big boys in the open division. And I get that. But I think he could make some money and, add some wins to his career by competing in Masters. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because Kevin has been posting a lot of updates recently on social media, especially Instagram. I believe maybe a week or so ago, he posted a video bench pressing on the incline bench, 500 pounds for reps. So he's definitely got his strength up. He's training at pretty much full capacity. And his upper body, obviously, it was last year as well, but it's looking super freaky this year. So I think he does have potential to win a pro show, in my opinion. I think it's entirely possible. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below in terms of the possibility of Kevin Levrone competing at one of these two shows. Do you think he can win one of them? If so, why? Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.